Y'all been asking for a Q&A. I got all your questions right here, so we're going to go ahead and get it rolling. My fault for not posting in a few days. I've been pretty busy actually trying to find a new job, but let's go ahead and get it rolling. And y'all like and subscribe if y'all not already subscribed, and more prison stories on the way. Okay, y'all, first question is going to come from XI Vic. He says, bro, were the guards or prisoners rude as fuck to you? I say this. The inmates, nah, prison ain't really like how you make it. Like, of course, trouble gonna find you every so often, but nine times out of 10, if you know how to move and know how to operate, you don't have to worry about problems from inmates. But it will find you every so often. That's prison. But the guards, I've been young as hell in prison, so every so often a guard will try me. That's part of prison. I've been real young in prison, but 9 times out of 10, no. But I have gotten to some issues with the prison guards, and I actually, not bragging about this, I got an assault on officer charge at the very beginning of my bid. And if you want to hear that story, send a like below. All right, y'all. Second question is coming from First Last. He said, what caused you to go to prison? And I've gotten a few comments about that, and I know y'all want to know. I actually got incarcerated when I was 17 years old. I just got out of juvenile. I wasn't even out 30 days. I got out of juvie. I got locked up for a home invasion. I did a home invasion, dumb decision, but I did it. I had to serve the time behind that, but that's going to answer that for y'all. Okay, I got a question from Mind Your Business. He say, how many times did you cry and why? If you didn't, what was running through your head? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I cried one time. I swear on everything, I cried one time. And the day I cried was the day I got to prison. I was 17 years old. They sent me to Tuberville Correctional Institution. They sent me to Santee B. That's a 17-year-old dorm. Once I got in there and I seen all the graffiti on the walls and all that stuff, and they locked me in there, and I was in there by myself. At that point, I felt like I ruined my life. I was like, man, I got 7 years to do in here. I'm only 17. Everyone's out there living their life, and I ruined my life. But after that, I sucked it up, and I came up with a plan. But that's the only time I cried in prison. Okay, y'all, the next question comes from Tyler Boyaban. He asked, do you have any friends from prison that you will continue to maintain a relationship with? Yes. In prison, in 7 years in DOC, I probably ran across 10,000 inmates, 10,000 personalities, 10,000 people. And out of those 10,000 people, I can tell you that it's only about 5 people from prison that I will continue to keep up with. So I hope that answered your question right there. Next question comes from Vix, and he asked, or she, also, what's the most severe level of violence you've seen or craziest person you met there? Honestly, I can't say the craziest person I met there, because in prison, you're going to meet crazies. But the most severe violence I've seen is obviously someone get killed. I actually seen a few people get killed, a few people die. I'm not going to say actively killed. I have seen a few get killed, but most of the time it was just people dying, the aftermath of someone dying. So that's the most severe thing I've seen in prison. Okay, Christian Vasquez asked, do you ever think about music? No, I don't want to be a rapper or anything like that. And he says, and what was your childhood like, and what kind of paths did you take during your time alive? I feel like what you're asking is how is my, upbringing like, and I had a good family. I was raised in a good family. My family's very supportive of me. My dad and parents were separated. My dad's in the military, so, back and forth between dad, mom, dad, you know how that goes. But I took my own path in life. I was the only one in my family to ever make it to prison, and, that's just how it goes. You take your own path in life, and, that's just how it goes. I chose my little, but that's just the course that I decided to go down, and honestly, now I feel like it was part of my destiny, to be honest with y'all. So I hope that answers your question as well. Okay, y'all. Dave Betts says, have you ever gotten to a fight? LOL. Yes, I've gotten in plenty of fights in prison. Actually, I know the exact amount. I've gotten into 7 fights, and 3 of those fights was the same people. It's the same person over the course of the whole time I was in prison, believe it or not. And if y'all want to hear those stories, comment below and let me know that you want to hear that. And okay, Hot T Justin, he says, how'd you get a phone when you were locked up? Well, Mr. Justin, that right there I can't answer for you because people are still doing that. So unfortunately, hopefully you don't find out personally, but you're just going to ask somebody else that question. This is a good one right here. Nogue's Diary says, have you ever experienced loss of sanity or paranoid being in prison? And if so, how did you manage yourself? I honestly can say that there was a few times that I felt like I was going crazy in prison. One thing about it, or like they say, it's gonna break you and make you stronger. And at the point, I just had to tell myself at those moments, literally, I used to tell myself that you have to take it day for day, and you hear that a lot. And one day might be horrible, but the next day a blessing might fall on you. So when it comes to prison, you have to take it day for day and just get through it like that. But I have experienced some things that did traumatize me. And my last prison story, check it out. I'll drop the link below, and that's one of the stories that did traumatize me. But that was one of the situations that did seriously impact me during my bid. Zoe Hills, I'm answering your question. What was your first day in jail like? My first day in jail, prison, I was 17 years old. They sent me to Turbeville Correctional. They sent me to Santee. They had a whole dorm for 17-year-olds. And I went on back there, and before I got there, another 17-year-old told me to just fight. He was like, anybody that tries you, fight them. And once I got in there, that's the mind frame I had. And somebody walked up to me and tried me, and we got into a fight the next day, actually. If you want to hear that story, comment and let me know below. You'll hear that story. I got prison stories on the way. So just let me know what y'all want to hear first, and we'll line them up. Mark McComas, you're a longtime subscriber. I remember you now. It says, what is your plans for a career? You must have a vision. You remind me so much of my nephew. He was locked up too at a young age and came home and got his CDLs and makes bank. Okay, he dropped the prison verse for me as well. I'm actually going to jump into real estate, and I plan on doing it here shortly in the next few months. And trust and believe, once I do that, y'all be the first ones to see that, even before my family, 9 times out of 10. So if you want to see that, just keep up with me, and I'm going to take y'all on that path with me. Pushing Weight asked me, your worst experience while in prison. Honestly, that's a hard one. I'd have to say the death of my grandmother. I lost cousins, uncles, cousins, my grandmother, my grandpa, and everything. But I actually had to watch my grandmother's funeral through a video chat. I had to watch my grandma's funeral through a video chat, and that was horrible, I had to experience that. So I'd have to say that was probably my worst experience. And to even line up with that, I'd say just experiencing prison as a whole was a bad experience. So that as well. Crab Leg said, they let you have cans. Can't those be used for weapons? Yes, in some prisons, some state penitentiaries, they don't let you have cans, but in South Carolina Department of Corrections, you could have cans in prison, and they could be used as weapons. But to be honest with you, you have a surplus of options when it comes to that. So last thing you're going to think of is a can, to be honest with you. Okay, Hot T Justin, you got another question, it looks like. You said you think your PO going to pull up on your job while on probation. I doubt it. I'm on adult supervision, so as long as I stay out of trouble and, don't get pulled over or anything like that, he typically leaves me alone. So we're going to keep it like that. Okay, this is a good one. Bob Gibbs said, why is it so expensive in prison? Prison is very expensive, being that the cost of living is high. Okay, so anywhere where the cost of living is high, everything's going to be more expensive. Example being, a cigarette costs $1 on the street. In prison, a cigarette goes for no less than $20. It could even go up to $50. And in a drought, it could go up to about $200 for an individual cigarette. So with that being said, if this person's spending this much money, this person's spending this much money, this person's spending so much money, and you're hustling, then everyone's making money. If you're spending so much money and this person's making this money, everyone's spending a lot of money. So everyone's making a good bit of money. So compared to money on the street and compared to money in prison, there's a lot of money flowing through prison. I can assure you that. So I hope that answers your question, Mr. Bob Gibb. Okay, Vix says, did you ever work out in prison? Also, any corrupt COs you ran into? How'd your sister feel about you being locked up? Actually, I actually posted a picture right after this right here. I did a lot of working out in prison. I worked out every day. I actually got shredded. I'm actually done fell off right here, but I was actually shredded, huge shredded. So I worked out every day in prison, for mostly 6 years. Not every day for the whole 6, but I worked out a lot for those 6 years. And Vix, to answer your second question, also any corrupt CEOs you ran into, I'm going to quote old man Jazz. Jazz, if you've seen this video, shout out to you and free you. There's a saying in prison, and it goes like this. You ever want to meet the dirtiest, slimiest people in the world? Go outside of prison during shift change. Okay, and if you understand what I'm saying there, 90% of COs are corrupt and shiesty and you know, they're just average people like us that just feel like they have control over people. Prime example, police in this day and age feel like that they have control or power over someone because they have a badge. So it's the same way in prison, just I'd say worse, honestly. Okay, y'all, that answers all the Q&A for today, all the questions that I thought were pertinent to what was going on. And I actually plan on doing reaction videos soon. I'm just learning how to not get copyrighted with all of that. I appreciate everybody's support. We're getting about 2,500 views a day. I'm about 10 subscribers a day, so we're going up, y'all. We're going up. I'm just, trying to learn how to not get copyrighted to do y'all's reaction videos. But if you have any questions or anything like that, just drop them below. Q&A will be coming up soon, another one in probably the next month. And I'm going to post some prison stories. Just let me know what y'all want to see below. Shout out to y'all. Peace and blessings to everyone. And to all the prisoners watching, free y'all and keep y'all's head up, man. I know what y'all going through.